Hello YouTube family, and welcome to another episode of This and That. Yes, it is your boy Rosie, your soon to be #1 YouTube host. About a half hour ago, I was getting ready to do my intro. I was just about to open my mouth and this happened. The freaking bottom fell out. Just there was no warning. A few clouds overhead and all hell broke loose. But like they say, if you don't like the weather in Louisiana, stick around 5 minutes and it'll change. But they also say, if you're ready to see the future #1 YouTube host, stick around for a few seconds. That'll change too. Alright fam, do me a favor. Tell me why us country folk love to walk barefooted. I love that. The water on my feet, man, it don't get no better. But that's all a part of being a country boy. Alright fam, without further ado, let's get to this video. How to remove the stress from your holiday cookout. Alright, before we get started, I want to do a little survey. I always throw in a little tidbit here and there. Every now and then I throw in something that doesn't have anything to do with the video I'm recording. And my wife always says the videos sometimes are too long and people don't want to hear the extra. But in the comment section below, and they call my wife Red, her name's Latanya. Y'all tell Latanya, if y'all don't mind every now and then having a little bit of extra, a little tidbit here and there when I do these videos. For example, today's video is about stress-free. Let me hook this up real quick. It's about stress-free cookouts. But while we're doing this, I want to show y'all the shed real quick. Now I told y'all, I think in a previous video a couple of weeks ago maybe, that I was going to get this thing together. It's not 100%, but everything's working. I can work out on the weeder machine. I got my M7, it's not plugged in, but I can work out on the old M7 Max Trainer. And I got my stationary bike that I picked up at a garage sale several years ago. And I got my weights. Oh man, I left my window open. It rained in here. Gotta be careful about that, fam. I don't want this thing to start rotting on me and I have issues. Cause that was a quick downpour and I was not ready for that. All right, fam, well, let's get to this video. Oh, the other thing that I want to say that had nothing to do with this video. Well, it does and it doesn't. I was looking around. I have my what do you want to call it? My whiteboard that I usually write stuff on to kind of keep myself on point when I'm doing these videos. And I was trying to figure out a way to put it on this door so while I'm doing the video, we could talk about it. And as I'm looking at the door, I'm going, I wonder if that door the same material as my chalkboard. So I took my marker, I wrote on it, and lo and behold, this door, you can write on it with a non-permanent marker, and it comes right off. But isn't that special? So right there is going to always be, it can keep us on track and keep us on point. All right, now I've messed around long enough. Let's go ahead and get started with this video. All right, fam. The rain started up again. So we're going to shoot this video right here in the freaking shed, in the hog pen. Now, as I was saying, when you're getting ready to plan a barbecue or any event, you want to remove the stress by having a plan. And the plan starts with the when, the who, the where, and the what. And in that order. And the reason it has to be in that particular order, and this is all in my opinion, the when comes first. For example, the upcoming holiday next week is going to be Independence Day, the 4th of July. The 4th of July this year falls on a Sunday. if you're hosting the event, some people are going to church on Sunday. They may have other obligations on Sunday. And since it's a long weekend, they may want to have it on a Saturday. They might want to have it on that Monday. A lot of us are off on Monday. My job in particular is off on Monday because the holiday falls on a Sunday, and 4th of July is always a known holiday, so we get Monday off. So the first thing you need to determine is the when. I am the type of person where I kind of take charge and do things my own way, and I have people I have to answer to, particularly my wife, my 2 daughters. My wife LaTanya, or Red, and my daughter Alexia, and my other daughter, or my stepdaughter Chanel. And when you got women in your life, sometimes you can't just do things like you want to. So, with that being said, check in with the family. If you're going to have 10, 15, 20 guests over, maybe 30 guests, check in with everybody and make sure that the day that you think is okay to have the event is okay. And my rule of thumb is, if 70%, 75% of the people that are coming to your event agree on a particular day, then that's the day you hold the event. If Saturday works for everybody, hold it on a Saturday. And then on the Sunday, the actual holiday, the 4th of July, if you want to have immediate family over, 4 or 5 people, then do that. So there you have it, the when. All right, next is the who. Now, by that, the who, I mean, that's going to help you prepare your menu. The who is important because, say for example, grandma doesn't like salt on her chicken. So you need to know that you need to do a special batch of chicken for grandma. Say some of your guests are vegan and they don't eat meat, then you need to have a vegan menu set aside. Say for example, some of the people who are coming over don't like pork, or for religious reasons, for whatever reason, they don't care for pork. So you need to have more chicken, perhaps more fish, perhaps more vegetables, whatever the case may be. But the who is important because you don't want to offend anyone by only having pork. You don't want to offend anyone by not having enough vegetables for your vegan guests. So the who is very important. And most of the time we don't take that into consideration when we're having an event. We just say, hey, everybody gets 2 pieces of chicken, everybody gets, a slab of ribs, everybody gets a piece of corn, everybody gets a freaking, a hot dog. That may not be the case. So the who is very important. All right, next is the where. All right, you're like, Rosie, well, you're hosting the event. Quite naturally, you're going to host the event at your house. Well, that may not be the case. For example, right now, when I finish with my sunroom and we get the house reorganized like we want it, and we're making some changes like I mentioned in a previous video, we're going to reestablish the sunroom. I have my outdoors set up out here the way I want it, as long as it's not raining, and we got plenty of room. I think I can comfortably host about 30 people. And I take into consideration, if something were to happen and it rains outside, there's always going to be 4 or 5 of us who like the outdoors, we like the rain, we're going to sit underneath the awning, we're going to stay here in the shed, whatever. And then, can I accommodate 25 other people in my house? And with the sunroom, the dining room being reestablished, and the rest of the house, I can comfortably accommodate 25 people. Now, my sister who lives in Florida, she always, up until COVID hit, she would have an event where she would have family members, church members, neighbors. She would have up to 150 people. Her house and her outdoor arrangement would accommodate that many people. Not inside, but they would accommodate. She had her outdoor garage, she had a big awning, and her house would probably accommodate 30 people or so. So she would pull it off at her house. If your house cannot accommodate the number of people that you're going to have over, then perhaps you can consider having it at another family member's house, or maybe you could secure a venue where you can have the event at. Maybe there's a gym in your neighborhood. Our gym here in Westlake, I think you can host events there if you're a Westlake citizen for free if you reserve it in time, and if not, for free for a small fee. If not that, maybe there's some hall, a wedding hall that's not being used, or some type of small civic center that you can use to host that event. So the where is very important. Like I said, I can host about 30, 40 people here at my house. I don't care to. I prefer to keep my thing very small, 15, 20 people, just my family members, a few friends perhaps, and my grandkids that live locally. But the where is very important. So make sure that you can accommodate the number of people that are going to show up at your event. Next is the what. And now this is very important. I touched on the what when I talked about the who. And by that I mean, what are you having at your event? Meat, what kind of meat, what kind of vegetables, what kind of snacks, what kind of desserts, what kind of hors d'oeuvres, what kind of drinks. Are you going to serve alcoholic beverages? And if I'm coming to the event, yes, you are going to serve alcoholic beverages. If I'm throwing the event, there will be alcoholic beverages. So let's get that out of the way. Now, are you going to have, you got to have ice. Are you going to use plastic cups? Are you going to use paper plates? Are you going to use plastic forks, plastic spoons? Are you going to have to-go plates? Are you going to have enough food? And speaking of enough food, did y'all know that they have what they call, I guess it would be called like an event planner app, where you can actually go in, download an app, and I think there's a cost for the one that I found. But you can download an app, put in the number of people you're going to have, put in the kind of meat that you're going to have, put in the kind of vegetables you're going to have. It asks you, are some of the people vegan? You put in that number, you put in the number of meat eaters, and you hit the go button, and it tells you how much to buy, how much meat to buy, how many vegetables to buy, how much potato salad to have. And while I was researching for this video, I was not aware of that until I started researching for this video. But they actually have apps that will help you plan your party. So I guess the day of the old school party planner is over, because there's an app for that. There's an app for everything. But like I was saying, the what is probably the most important. Here's the thing that people never think about. A music playlist. If grandma is there, I'm not sure that she wants to hear Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion or one of those other artists who may not be on the Sunday go-to-meeting list, so to speak. So music is very important. Me and my wife loves music. And she will put you together any kind of playlist you want, jazz, R&B, whatever. But you have to take into consideration, you got to go back to the who. If grandma's coming, and grandma is a churchgoer, she is not going to want to hear Cardi B. Or if there's going to be kids at the event, you may not want to have some of that explicit language being played over your Bose speakers. So make sure that you have a party appropriate playlist. I didn't check to see if there was an app for that, but I bet there's an app for that as well. Other things that you need to consider. This is another important thing that people never think about when they're planning a party. And this is going to help make the party stress-free, because you don't want nobody to come back after the party and say, I got sick because you did not tell me that your salad was a seafood salad and I am allergic to seafood. So that goes back to the who. Then that ties in with the what. Make sure that you know if one of your relatives, one of your friends, one of your guests has a food allergy. So that's something you might want to do. Send out a little questionnaire. Ask grandma, does your cousin have a food allergy? So make sure you cover your bases, because these trying days and times, you never know. Somebody gets sick at your party, and just because they used to be your favorite cousin don't mean they ain't gonna sue your ass tomorrow because they got sick off of eating some seafood in your salad that they thought was just a regular old potato salad, and come to find out it was a salad with crawfish in it. Anyway, another thing that people seldom think about, and it's something I gotta work on myself. I have had several incidents when I was barbecuing outside, and like I said in the intro, I'm a country boy, I walk around barefooted. I had one incident where a charcoal slipped out of the grill, I wasn't aware of it, and I stepped on the charcoal and burnt my foot. I had another incident where a piece of briquette fell on my foot. I've stepped on glass before, and you go, well, Rosie, you need to put on some shoes. Maybe you're right, but hey, that's how I roll. I like walking barefooted. But my case is, make sure you have a first aid kit or access to first aid when you're having a barbecue, especially if there's kids or elderly people around. You never know what may happen. Make sure you have a first aid kit and a fire extinguisher. Like with anything, safety comes first. So make sure you have a nice little first aid kit with band-aids. Make sure you have sun protection. Make sure, and yes, black people need sunblock as well, because we burn just like everybody else does. So make sure you have sunblock, make sure you have band-aids, make sure you have something for indigestion. And I don't like handing out medications because you can also get sued for that. But at least stuff like sunblock, band-aids, the simple stuff, keep it on hand. And keep a fire extinguisher on hand. I had an incident when I was doing one of my videos about 1.5 years ago, and I was trying to create smoke, I think it was, and my Big Easy flared up on me and fire went up about 3 feet in the air. Just luckily I wasn't standing in front of that thing, or I would have been burned. My afro would have been singed. So fam, that's about all I got with this video. I think it's been long enough, but I think the points that we went over today would help make your barbecue stress-free. Find out the when, the who, the where, and the what. And when you're doing the when and the who, make sure that you confer with your relatives to make sure that they're happy with where you've chosen, with the date that you've chosen, the venue that you've chosen, and make sure that you have consider your vegan family members and those that may have food allergies. So I think we covered everything, fam. And with the safety, oh, one thing I didn't cover was seating. Make sure if you have 30 guests that you have enough seating inside and out to accommodate those 30 guests. If you got 30 places to sit, make sure that they're not all inside. You might want to make sure you have 15 folding chairs for outside. You might want to make sure you have enough tables, for everybody to eat at. Make sure you have enough tablecloths, the whole 9 yards. Just think it through thoroughly. Make sure you have enough food. Use that food app that I told you about. There's several food apps out there. If I think about it, I'll drop some of those apps in the description below. And you can use those to help you calculate so you don't have a lot of leftovers. But if you do want to have leftovers, because a lot of people like to leave with to-go plates, if that's your thing, then make sure that you have to-go containers. Maybe those white containers or foam containers that fold closed. But make sure you think through every aspect of your barbecue. And that's what will keep your barbecue or your outing stress-free. Nothing like having to rush to the store because you forgot ice, and you got to send somebody to the store to get ice. You got to go and try to find money because they didn't bring any money with them, and they don't want to pay for ice. Make sure you got enough sodas. If somebody doesn't drink soda, make sure you got enough cold water. Just think it through, and everything will come out stress-free, I promise you. All right, fam. This has been a long one, but I think it was thorough. I hope you got something out of this video. Forgive me for the lighting, the rain, the weather here in Louisiana. Like I said, stick around 5 minutes, it'll change. All right, fam, if y'all enjoyed this video, y'all give her a thumbs up. If not, give her a thumbs down and a brief reason why in the comment section. Oh, and by the way, I think for the 4th of July, I'm not sure yet, me and the wife might be taking a little road trip, and if we do, we're going to get some footage. And I think you're going to like where we're going if my plan works out on Independence Day. So y'all be sure to tune in for the next couple of weeks, because we're going to have some real good videos coming at you. Got some real good content around the way. All right, fam, y'all take care. Once again, have a great day, a great week, and a great rest of this 2021, and one hell of an Independence Day. We're finally able to get back together. We can shake hands, we can hug, and we can kiss and do all that stuff. Y'all take care. Have a great day. It's your boy Rosie. Peace.